Hey guys, today we're out here installing the CavFab crossover steering system. Today we're just going to be putting on the steering links. I do have the over the axle track bar and everything to go with it, but I'm going to wait to weld that on in a future video when it warms up a little bit. A little too cold right now this time of year to trust my other car to start when it's well below freezing. So I want to have this thing a little more reliable, be able to drive it if I need to. And it's just about the end of January. We're still getting snow quite a bit up here. This thing's just too much fun to be torn down for so long in the snow. So I'll show you. We've got the steering system all painted up. The links are 1.5" round solid bar with machined ends to accept time joints. I've painted them with a hammered finish paint. Something that's fairly easy to apply because these are going to be on the front end and hang in front of the axle, so they're going to most likely contact rocks and stuff when I'm off-roading. So I wanted something that is a little more unique than black, but still easy to touch up once I start hitting stuff off-road with those steering links. I've owned this Jeep for a couple years now, so it's been about 3 to 3.5 inches of lift the time I've owned it on stock steering components, and I've taken it off-road, been through some trails and stuff, some rock crawls and stuff. The stock steering works, but I plan on lifting this more, putting bigger tires, and to be able to turn those bigger tires off-road, I want this heavier duty steering. As you can probably see, I've got my front axle on jack stands, I've got both my front tires removed, and I am ready to remove the stock steering and drill out my knuckles and my pitman arm to accept the bolts for this new steering. First thing to do, I'm going to start at my knuckles, remove this castle nut and knock out these joints, and then do this on both sides. Then I'll remove my joint from my pitman arm, and then finally the steering stabilizer has to come out as well. Now, I'm not concerned about keeping these castle nuts, any of these cotter pins or anything, and because these are fairly old, I'm just going to go ahead and cut them off. Because that makes it a lot easier to pull this cotter key out without having to drag all the tail with it too. I got both my knuckles and my pitman arm drilled to 5/8, fit these real big bolts. These were originally tapered for the tie rod end style steering, the factory style. So these need to get drilled out to 5/8, fit those bolts. This is the driver's side, so it gets the shortest bolt. And then the passenger side will get the longest bolt to go through both heims. And then up here on the pitman arm, we'll get the medium length bolt. And I'll probably start here and work my way down. I think that'll be the easiest to do by myself. And there we go. Got the CavFab crossover steering installed. Not 100% happy with the alignment on it yet. Need to do a little more work there, but happy enough to take it out for a test drive, hopefully. This was not too bad to get to the installation part, but the alignment is very difficult with one person, especially with the way this kit was designed. These bars have a curve in them, or a bend. That makes it really difficult to align. You have to take the entire heim loose. So I'd either drop this side or drop that side, depending on which way it needed to go. Then you have to spin the heim out, run your lock nut back down, and reinstall it and check it again. I went over the pitman arm to get better parallel angle with my stock track bar. Once I go to the CavFab track bar, I would probably go under the knuckle. To talk about the stack ups at each joint, on the driver's side, it goes the bolt from the top, the bolt, washer, knuckle, washer, heim joint, washer, nut. That's the easy one. And on the passenger side, you go bolt, washer, misalignment spacer, Heim, misalignment spacer, washer, knuckle, washer, Heim, washer, nut. And then at the pitman arm, I went over the knuckle, so I went bolt, washer, misalignment, Heim, misalignment, washer, pitman arm, washer, nut on the bottom. It'd be a little different if you flip it over. I guess it'd be the same, just flipped over, depending on how you run your bolt. It's definitely a heavy duty kit. I'm not at all worried about breaking anything on it. We're gonna test out this paint. I've already chipped off a few spots, especially on the ends where I was using wrenches, but I think it'll be easy enough to touch up. Looks really good. I'm gonna throw the tires on and see what it looks like then, maybe take it for a rip. Like I said earlier, I'm not quite 100% happy with my alignment. My wheel's off just a little bit, which means I need to adjust my drag link. But in order to do so, I have to do it from the knuckle end, which takes a little more work. I am about maxed out on the pitman arm end, so I have to take the whole assembly off the knuckle there to adjust it out a little more. I'm still towed in a little bit too much, I think. My steering's not quite. The steering's very responsive, but it's not quite tracking the way it should. I spent a lot of time on this yesterday and was getting tired and wanted to take a break, and it's quite a bit colder today, so I don't really want to do anything either. So I'll get around to fixing this probably when I tear it all back off again when I put my track bar on. So it's the next day, as you can tell. Been driving this thing around, put a couple miles on it driving around town. Found a bunch of railroad crossings and a bunch of washboardy roads to run it on. I don't have any death wobble, which is great. This kit does delete the steering stabilizer. You can add one on if you want to with a clamp and all that, but since I didn't have any issues with death wobble or anything, I'm going to just run it without a steering stabilizer. It seems fine around town, especially. I took it up to 65 or so on the bypass, but didn't have any wobble or any issues with it there. If I do start to have issues, I can definitely throw a steering stabilizer back on it.